Then we paid $600 or $800 to have vinyl put on our trucks, and now we're about to spend $4,000 wrapping vehicles. So get to the point where if you've only got a truck and you've got no office, like your truck is your billboard. Start there. Dope marketing is great for really affordable yard signs. Put a yard sign in every single yard. Get door hangers, get business cards, get digital business cards. Have a polo that actually has your name on it. Think about one thing that I did really poorly was, I was kind of forced in the situation, but really think about the brand, the logo, the name, and how people can find you. And so all those things about retail, do all those things. Like, take time. You're building a business. You're not just going out to sling roofs. That's my perspective on any home service, but really in roofing, it seems like we get around that somehow because of that insurance loophole. We're like, we're just going to go put on a hat, put my dip in my mouth, get in my jacked up truck, and go knock a door.
I'm going to take the opposite perspective. As a former door knocker, not a lot of people know this about me, but I have knocked doors. I knocked doors for 6 months. It was not for roofing; it's for pest control. But similar experience. Knocking doors, going out in neighborhoods. Conveniently ignoring no solicitor signs. I mean, I was a savage. So I know I got yelled at a ton. I mean, I every day get yelled at. Get chased off people's lawns. That's the life of the door knocker. The main argument for door knocking is at least this might be different in other countries, but in the U.S., the street and really that path up to your front door, unless you have a fence, then there's some gray area there. But if that pathway is considered public property, anyone can do that. There's nothing legal about door knocking, I get the unless it's a privately owned subdivision where it's actually owned by an entity that controls it and then it is trespassing, it's 100% legal. And there's some philosophical things there that are sort of defending that, in regards to just like having a free society, not having a society where the government controls what roads certain people can walk down. But on the business side, and I'm just going to take devil's advocate here. And listen, I don't love door knocking. I'm not necessarily saying everyone should go out and door knock. I'm just going to take the other side of it just because I have experienced it firsthand. It works. I mean, you're going to knock on 100 doors. There are days I knocked on 100 doors, and you knock on 100 doors, you're going to get yelled at by 10 people, maybe 20 people. You're going to get nothing from, 40 of those doors, 50 of those doors. And then that remaining is going to open up and have a conversation with you, and you're going to sell a percentage of those. So you can go out every single day and get a sale. Roofing is a little bit different. It's such large ticket for pest control. It's such small ticket that you would always get sales pretty much if you went out and knocked 100 doors, unless you are just having a terrible day. But for roofing, it is a little different. But the other thing with roofing, and I haven't done roofing door knocking, but it's not. It is, from my understanding, I've talked to a lot of roofing door knockers. If done right, consultative. You're not coming to the door immediately looking for a sale. You're coming to the door offering to take a look at their roof to see if there's any damage there for an insurance claim. And so it's a very soft sale. Like you're not pitching them on the spot with anything. You're offering a free service, something of value to them, up front right off the bat. And you're still going to get a lot of no's, right? But you're not coming to the door asking for anyone's money. You're coming to the door offering service to the community. And the thing is, like, yes, you could just set up a brand and you can set up advertising. You could attract businesses that way or attract homeowners that way to come reach out to you for that consultative. So you could just, push free free inspection to see if there's insurance damage. You can push that all over your entire market, right? That does cost a lot of money and or time to do that. Whereas door knocking, it's like a polo, a hat, walk out the door, and you can generate sales that way. And so yeah, I mean that's my perspective on it. Is like, yeah, it sucks for the door knockers, and it sucks for the homeowners. Like, to be completely honest, now there's some homeowners love it. Like, that was my experience, is like you run into people, especially people that have a sales background, that they love it, especially if you catch them on a good day. They think it's great. So it's like I'd say for every person that was pissed off, there was someone that was like, good on you being out here. Like, they'll enjoy that interaction with you. And then there's also, you think about, like, there's people that are legitimately lonely. Like, no one comes to see them. They're like, especially older homeowners that maybe, like, they're just sitting in their house watching TV. And so, like, it makes their day having someone show up that's going to talk to them, even if it is a salesman. Like, someone who's good at door knocking is going to have the personality, and my personality wasn't always ideal for this, but is going to be someone that can chat, and like is willing to have a conversation and make someone stay like that. And so I don't know, that's my perspective on it. I mean, I don't know what's your response to that? Because that's my thing is, A, it works, B, it doesn't always have to suck. Like, there's redeeming qualities to it.
I agree with you. It works because the numbers are really good. Door knocking organizations, knowing a good script, knowing the right time to door knock, it works. If you knock 30 to 40 doors most days, you're going to at least get an inspection. These are the numbers that I've heard from other people who do it really well. It's some people say 30, some people say 40, but if you do those numbers and you do it at the right time and you have the right script, and there's actual need, obviously if there's a storm, then it's like easy. We had a storm in Savannah. I didn't knock any doors unless someone had told me to go to somebody's house. A neighbor said, go to their house. And I hung a door and said, hey, your neighbor told me to come over. It definitely works. I definitely understand about the no soliciting sign being legal or not legal. I understand. I just think that if somebody's putting that sign up and we're still walking up to if they're asking, please don't come to my door, and we're doing it, it's more of an opinion of like how I think that people should be treated. I totally hear, like, people are lonely, people get, the salespeople like to hear it. I get it, because I've had people come to my door trying to sell things too. I'm like, this is fun. I'm telling you from the beginning, bring on the objections, because I'm going to overcome them all. Like, it's just how it works. But I just, from the way my personality type is, if you come to me trying to pitch me something, I don't care